Welcome back to Shoes for Initiative.
We're
a D&D gameplay game show that does a lot of D&D, but also we do a lot more shenanigans than we do D&D. In character and in person.
Even shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So, last episode we did a lot of crazy things, but before I do a recap, let's introduce everyone around the table. I'm Hero, I'm a DM.
I'm Kent, I'm playing Carl, the half-elf rogue.
I'm Thomas, I'm playing Alaric, the psychopath ranger.
I'm Brad.
What?
Is that a new race option? The psychopath ranger?
Human.
There we go.
We're all crazy.
Real monsters.
Yeah, I'm Brad, I'm playing Gaz and Daz. And you can find me on Instagram on Brandison94, 2 A's.
I'm Dylan, I am playing Penance and I'm Tiefling Bloodhunter. And you can find me on Instagram at DSA_cosplay.
/sendfeedback.
No.
$5 foot pick.
Hi, I'm Amy. You can find me at Amy Plays RPGs on Instagram. I am playing Hazel Hawkins, the half-orc knowledge cleric.
I'm Doug and I'm wondering what the hell Hero is doing with his hair.
Oh, right. I'm really worried because I'm like I'm getting a Jude Law thing happening with the Willow's Peak, and I'm like, if he can pull it off,
Did you say Willow's?
I definitely can't.
Yeah. I think he just said Willow's Peak.
Willow's Peak?
Widow's Peak?
We're talking
Widow.
Widow.
Peak.
Oh, why is it Widow's Peak?
No idea. Also, I'm playing Fenthwick Philly Dude. And I'm going to be the spanner of the works that is this campaign.
So here, if you need a hair tie, I've got a spare one.
Yeah,
I don't think it works.
I have some
I've tried it. If I tie my hair because my sides are not long enough, I look like an old balding samurai.
I like it.
You've made that sound like a bad thing. I'm mad at you about it.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise can do it in The Last Samurai.
But
So can I.
Then we have to shoot in black and
But
white.
did Tom
for now.
Cruise really do it?
Yeah, we need a hat now because I'm balding.
Yeah, and less culturally insensitive.
Yeah. What do you mean? It's fine. Tom Cruise can be The Last Samurai if he wants to. He can be anything.
Anyway. Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise very well.
That he does.
Yeah, it's amazing what he did with that height.
Tom Cruise is 2 centimeters taller than me, like legitimately.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought you were going to end with Tom Cruise is 2 centimeters tall. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's like, that's legit.
It's
Movie
not
magic.
without his shoes, though.
Yeah, it's all false perception.
Plateaus.
He's standing on the edge of the camera lens,
Yeah.
just running across it.
Anyway, we're playing D&D.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ship initiative. On our last episode, you guys had arrived to the city, did a lot of stuff, found out that there are still more children missing, but all in all, you kind of arrived at the conclusion that you need to get into the inner rings of the city, which is reserved for richer people, traders, and nobility. You guys traveled between 2 taverns to find out more, and eventually went to Uff. 3 of you found out why Uff was called Uff by drinking a shot of their house liqueur and then quickly and properly passing out onto the table.
Just pretending.
The rest of you, or should I say Tal and Fenwick, talked to a representative of Lord Rainier, and you guys have kind of almost struck a deal to grant an audience with Lord Rainier so that he can transport you safely into the university's library in the inner rings of the city. You would collect an item for him that may or may not be wanting to leave the possession of the people that
We
already has it.
kind of almost struck a deal.
Kind of almost struck a deal. And in the early mornings of the day, you can hear kids running around. The waft of dried urine that cakes the street now comes into your room. And you can see 3 moaning kind of gentlemen.
I've got like tankards of water next to each of their beds. Some like mint leaves, like just good luck.
You guys feel what seems to be kind of like a wooden wedge in your brain, splitting the 2 hemispheres.
Oh, just like after Bundy. Bundy run.
No.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the serial killer.
Oh no!
Are you okay?
And that's why he's playing the psychopath.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
2 types of people in this world.
I'm just worried about Brad.
No, there's 3 types of people in this world. Those that can count and those that can't.
So you guys in so much pain that your speed is now 20 until it is not.
Oh no.
Oh,
Is that plus or minus bonuses? Just in case.
In regardless of bonuses.
Yes,
Oh.
it is. No, that's fine.
God, that's
I'll-
bad.
All right on, Gaz. Daz.
And for range people, it's a disadvantage on all range.
So everything is like normal.
For the morning.
No,
Okay.
no.
oh no. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Well, guess I'm using
That's
it.
why he has a lot of knowledge.
Can I get up kind of really early, like when Connor gets up? Because he said he was going to go first thing and just scope it out.
So he had a private room.
Yeah.
So you guys went to. So who's going to Connor's room?
I was going to go to Connor's room and just ask him.
Okay. So you knock on the door a few times and you don't hear an answer. The room is locked.
I'm just gonna. It's gonna knock a bit louder. Like, hello, Connor.
You hear nothing.
I'm gonna walk downstairs. Is there like a bartender or like the maitre d' or anything like that?
You see Reginald in the same clothes that he was in last night. Seemingly, he hasn't really left.
Oh, damn. Reginald, I'm just sorry to bother
Yes.
you. Just quickly, did you see the elderly gentleman, the priest we were with, Connor? Did he come by here this morning already?
No, I have not seen him. He has not left his room, I believe.
Alright, I'm gonna go back upstairs. Tal! Tal!
I answer the door.
Could you please break into Connor's room
Knock
for
quieter. Oh my
Oh,
God,
good morning.
woman.
How are you today?
Oh.
Good morning, everyone.
Ah.
Can you
Yes.
moan a little less
Quiet,
loud?
small, quiet words, please.
Tal, could you please break into Connor's room?
Yeah, no worries.
Someone-
I give Hazel a fist bump for the yelling.
Who's making
I'll
breakfast?
get right on that, love. Don't you worry about it.
Oh my gosh, Tal, thank you
Go
so
on.
much. How are you feeling today?
You are so
I'm
fired.
gonna slam the door behind.
I throw up. wait.
Oh!
No, I don't. Yeah.
Worst room service
It's a
ever.
little bit in your
I
mouth.
almost throw up. Where were you yesterday?
Just a dry reach.
I'll go to Connor's room.
No, but as soon
Is
as we
it
shut the
unlocked?
door.
It is not. It is locked.
As soon as we actually leave, I'm like, genuinely,
Have you tried knocking?
yeah, a couple of times. I think he's probably fine, and I feel a bit weird that he hasn't left yet. And he's quite old, and I'm kind of worried he's dead. This is just an anxiety I genuinely have.
It's your life.
No, genuinely.
It's
Big
fair.
room,
I
yes.
mean, a good sneeze would probably knock him over.
Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, I'm happy to borrow your tools and do it. I can learn how to use your thieves' tools.
It's alright,
but
I've got you.
If you're happy to just
Yeah.
maybe pop open that
So
door.
sleight of hand.
Yes.
Two. That is an 11.
Are you doing this secretly at all, or is it just kind of in the open?
Oh, just in the
Oh,
open.
just in the open.
Also, Reginald comes behind you. He seems to have travelled a long distance in a very short time for a man of his height.
Oh,
And he goes,
sorry, mate.
yes.
The old man's not waking up. He's not answering his door. It's
Oh.
just
Just a
bit-
let's-
like a bit
let's-
concerned.
have you got a key? You can
I've
let
got
us
a
in.
master key.
Oh, excellent. That
Yes.
would be wonderful.
Um,
I'm just a bit concerned.
Just want to check on
Because
him.
he is a friend of yours.
Yes, yes. It's Connor.
Connor? You said? Connor?
He's the mayor of Thunder Rock.
Connor? Oh, yes. Very important person indeed. Connor?
I've already tried this, so
yes.
that's why we would have
Ah.
unlocked the door.
Oh, right.
Would you mind just unlocking it for us, just so we can get in quickly in case something's happened?
He unlocks it because, please. And he opens the door, and you see Connor kind of in his nightgown, still sleeping in bed, or what seems to be
I'm
sleeping.
gonna check his pulse.
There is no pulse.
Fuck.
Oh, asshole.
He did drink it after all.
God damn it, here.
Okay, no, we can
Thought
fix
he was the
this.
psychopath.
Alright. Reginald, do you have contacts or ways to get messages to the upper city or the inner city?
I do. I live there.
You need to send a message right now, ASAP. As I said, Mayor, very important person. You need to
Yes.
get a message to Cardinal Fernando McNamara. Tell him his brother is here and has died. He needs to come and get
The
him.
Cardinal?
Yes.
Well-
This is his brother. He needs to come and revive him, or he's only been dead a short amount of time.
course.
Go get.
I will
the
go right
Cardinal.
away.
And get some breakfast.
No,
Bacon.
forget that. Go get
Sorry.
the Cardinal.
Yes, of
Connor
course.
has just died.
Coffee.
Go. I will sort out coffee.
Bring the carriage around!
Go.
And he runs down stairs. And
Tom, do you want to go with him and maybe you can just follow him? Do you want to go with? Oh, should we try and all get in together?
Yeah, do you want to go with him?
Well, he's not really my type, but
I'm not going to judge. No, it's probably best just to get this
I've
sorted
tried
out.
halfling once.
Everyone's a little bit gay.
It's a scale.
Only a little bit.
Yes,
give all
good
a
luck.
little
Go,
bit.
get him
Yes,
straight away.
he's already gone. He's
Sweet, perfect.
gone.
I want to get breakfast for the ones that didn't. Actually, can you check on Fenthwick? I'm a bit worried about him, and he seems to be talking to you more these days. And I think he trusts you a bit more. So would you mind checking in on him?
Sure, I'll go check on him.
I'll go
I'll
get
go
the
to
boys.
Fenthwick.
So who's in this room? So you both are in the room.
Yeah,
In-
Connor's room.
in
In
Connor's
Connor's room, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a quick look around the room before.
Don't steal the crystals. They're religious.
Would I
Don't
do?
borrow the crystals either. They're religious.
We possess
Investigation or perception?
So you've been dead a short time.
12.
As you look down and you try and kind of find out if there's any struggle or signs of struggle or whatever it may be, you notice there's something new about Connor that you have not seen before. You see that he's wearing a necklace that wasn't there before, and it's a clear crystal, kind of the size of, I would say, about this big, diamond shaped, and it's got kind of white streaks all over it.
Wait, which religion was the clear crystals?
You don't know.
Okay.
We
But you've never seen a cloudy white crystal, a clear crystal before.
thought we had.
No, we
You,
saw a
I
black
believe
one
the
with
only
white.
clear ones we've
Those
seen
are-
so far were in the carriages.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
same
one,
as like
there's one
the
clear
droids
one,
as well.
but there wasn't anything in there. It was just purely clear.
Clear. I was
Can
just
I-
most clear
can I
with the
identify
red.
it?
People.
It might be cursed or something. Should I identify it?
I pointed out to Hazel. Have you seen that before? I mean,
No, that's new.
we haven't seen a crystal like that, have we?
Alright, I'm gonna ritual cast identify on him, like on the crystal he's wearing, and just see.
Can you roll a wisdom check? Wisdom save, sorry,
For
wisdom
my
save.
wisdom save for my spell.
Can I give her the help
For
action?
your-
Can
your
I help her?
Oh gosh,
So-
okay.
Can I give her the help action?
Are you
Yeah,
there?
sure, with your headache.
Wait, here.
Yeah.
Can I actually? I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. I think does that help saving throws?
No, I don't believe
No,
it does.
still
That's bless.
Ah shit!
Hmm.
I need to get better spells.
No, that's not too bad.
I don't have great wisdom though.
Hmm.
Wisdom save.
You're a cleric!
I'm a shit cleric. 16.
60. Brad, you are also aiding.
Yeah.
Hazel.
You
how
just stuff
did
it
you
in
roll?
like oh.
Huh? Oh, no, I didn't roll. I got wisdom.
Save.
I was going to say, didn't you say that was a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
So I
my
guess he
I
has
got
to roll as
7.
well.
Yeah, but he said he would help. I'm not saying that he could help, but he
He's
tried
trying
as well.
to.
Fair enough.
I got 7.
Yes, sir. I would say that you take 2 points of psychic damage,
Oh,
and you feel like there are ravens pecking at your brain.
Beside the witch.
And
Ooh.
you hear slight whispers which slowly turn into like a sounds of a cacophony of people talking in a room, and then they get closer and closer until they can become screams, and you tear yourself away from the crystal before it gets too loud. Your ears are slightly ringing from it, and if, you kind of are dead for like a couple of seconds before you return to your senses.
Okay, don't touch that. That hurt.
yeah, I think I'm
Did I
allergic.
get a chance to identify, or does that not work?
You know that it is a soul gem.
A soul gem.
Yeah.
Okay, do we know anything about soul gems?
You know soul gems are used to automate mechs.
That's
See?
one of the.
I
Oh,
said
wait,
that.
wait, we
I
did
used
see
the
one
what?
then.
You've seen a
Automate
clear
mechs.
one. You've never seen a cloudy one with many white streaks in it.
I thought you said so.
has a soul
Didn't we get something to get past the max?
No, we didn't.
No, you,
The one did get
you
some.
got something. You got a clear crystal without a white streak in it.
Okay.
You got a clear crystal that helps you bypass a mech.
Connor's definitely. We've never seen this necklace on Connor before.
No, he's never worn it.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Let's
here
take
we
it.
go. Do I feel like if I took. No, he's already dead, isn't he? He's just dead.
He's stone cold.
Steve
Steve
Austin.
Austin dead.
Should I
Uh,
take this necklace off him?
Is Reginald still there?
No, he's
No,
not.
he went.
Oh, that's
You're
right, he
right.
went. That's right. Don't worry about it then.
Is it safe to touch? I want to just take it because it's obviously.
No, don't take it because that's probably a bad thing. We need to figure out what it's actually doing yet. So my identify didn't give me any schools of magic. I just know it's a soul gem.
Yep.
Like is it actively doing something now?
No. It's inactive. You have a sense that it's a relatively dormant object, but when you try to identify it,
Am I able to touch it again? And I want to try and listen to what the voices are actually saying. Like try and at least pick out words or something. Because you said there was like getting louder and louder and screaming. I want to try and figure out what they're saying.
you kind of have a sort of something like identify. You kind of just try and reach into and inside of the magic of the crystal. You hear, let's try and focus, kind of individual voices. From the accent of the language, you can notice that they're high elf. But in a couple of seconds of listening, before you can make out any of the content, they become screams again, and they get too loud to hold on to, and you tear yourself away before you're again deafened for a few seconds.
High elves. High elves. Yeah. Don't touch that. Not good. No.
Well, I'm taking it. I'm not going to leave it on there for someone else to like someone's put it on him.
I was going to say, shouldn't we talk to the cardinal when he gets here? He might know something about it, because I don't know anything
Well,
about
where's our little small friend?
Fenwick.
Where's he? He might know about it.
I'll go
Yeah,
get
if you
him.
go get Tile.
Meanwhile, I'm talking to Alaric right
wrap
now.
it in a towel.
I cannot wait to just get Connor and go somewhere quiet for the rest of the day, like a library or church, and have no more drama, no more issues. Just walking around and going somewhere quiet. That is all the day I want. That's all I want. This is killing me. And I've drunk some stupid stuff before. You
I
wouldn't
believe you.
believe the stupid stuff I've drunk to get to where I am right now. And
For anyone else, I believe it's you.
yeah.
I'm going through my medical bag trying to find something that can calm the pain.
Oh, please, if you find something, nothing I have helped. Nothing. I just. By the way, I've taken alluring because I have to take something in the morning. So I rolled, and right now I look amazing. My voice sounds fantastic. Charisma rolls with advantage.
Yeah.
I
So,
feel
but-
terrible,
Is
and I
this-
have disadvantage on initiative rolls.
Oh!
Perfect. I just hear him say the whole spiel and just walk past his room and say, "Don't worry, Connor's dead. Not going to be a quiet one."
I can go and knock on Fenwick's door.
Sure.
Loud, like. Is it locked?
Did you lock it?
No.
No, it's not.
What do you want?
We've got a slight problem. Our esteemed friend from Thunder Rock seems to have passed away during the evening.
What? And Fenwick looks up at
He's
you.
dead. He's tits up, mate.
Fenwick's got his spell book and a couple of other things splayed out in front of him, and you can see he's in the middle of taking notes. And you've seen what a college student would look like after an intense night of studying with almost no sleep. That's Fenwick at the moment.
Have you slept, mate?
He got about 2 or 3 hours sleep.
Are you gonna be alright?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll figure it out as we go. What's going on?
Connor,
What about it?
he died during the night.
Well, he was old.
There seems to be something else going on here. That we've come across a crystal that we've never seen before.
Feckin' crystals.
It's a clear one with. I think Hazel said it was a soul gem.
Would Fenwick know much about soul gems?
You've come across them. You know how to use them.
Mhm.
You know what's in them. You know that each gem contains a soul,
Right.
which is why it can automate objects, because the person is alive in the gem.
And would I know if those souls are artificially generated or if they're taken from something else?
So the crystals are clear, and they have nothing in them until some process is used to put a soul into them.
Right.
Told you someone did it.
So the souls in a soul crystal come from a living creature.
From a living creature or a creature that's passing.
Okay. Okay.
Is Connor in the chat?
I'd like to check a medical check to see why he died.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably not a bad thing to check.
It's alright.
Is that we pressed it?
It was elves.
So Fenwick's just gathering up his things in sort of the half tired huff. He grabs out his bit of sap and draws the thing in the thin air, and a line of gold follows the tracing of the sap and opens up to his arcane bookshelf. Right, let's go.
You sure you're gonna be right? We'll get you some breakfast and coffee. We'll perk you right up. But
Might be needed.
we better deal with the dead body first.
Well, I mean, he's already dead.
Best to
isn't
do
he?
that on an empty stomach too, I find.
Oh, is he in pieces?
No,
Not yet.
he's not even starting to smell yet.
Autopsy.
Let's go have a look.
You walk in and I'm just stopping Alaric from like stabbing the body. I'm like, no, don't do an autopsy. We're gonna try to
Before
bring
they
it
even
back.
get there, I'm halfway, just crawling.
I'm just looking. I have no knives.
Don't stab. Don't.
And as we're walking out of the room, you'll see he takes out 2 cotton balls from his ears and just drops one on the floor as well.
I thought that was the ears.
Did you hear everything I said then? Or was it just all muffled?
Well enough. The old codger's dead.
Yeah.
Right, let's go have a look.
So you go into the room and you see the Connor that you know in a white gown. He's a little paler than before,
Mm-hmm.
and he seems unanimated,
Mm-hmm.
quite dead.
Right, did someone already take the soul
Oh,
crystal?
I think we put it like
off?
wrapped in like a towel and just
Oh,
like
I didn't think you'd take it off yet.
Yeah, we left it on.
Did you take it off?
Okay.
Yeah, you left it on.
Until he
Oh,
looked
okay.
at
Left
it.
it on?
yeah.
Right,
Just be warned, if you touch it, there's going to be a lot of voices.
mage hand.
Okay.
Send the mage hand over to touch it and try and remove it.
Okay. You gently remove it, and it's fine. It goes over his head, and now it is in your mage hand freely.
Right. I'll try and find something around like a pouch, a piece of fabric, something like that to wrap it in, and I'll hold it out and use the mage hand to place it down in there and wrap it up.
You have no issues with containing the crystal.
Right. Is there any change or any difference in Connor?
There's no change in Connor.
Okay.
Fanfic, do you know much about these?
Still
Like, there's a lot of. It's a soul gem, but like, it seems like there's a lot of souls in there. Like, a lot of. They're very noisy.
Would that be something that Fenton would know about? Would
Um,
that be a
in-
common occurrence for a soul crystal?
Well, in all your readings, there's never been mentions of more than one soul in the gem.
Like, it was
I'm
just
sorry,
it was
what?
genuinely deafening. There was so. And they're all high elves. Like, a lot of high elves. It was I mean, if you want to hear it, touch it, but it didn't do Gaz much good.
I might be able to think about some things as a bloodhound. I have Hunter's Bane, which gives me advantage to recall information. Oh no, but that's Feyfiends or undeads.
That's about your
damn
intended
it.
targets. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
I read the other thing.
Mm-mm.
Oops, never mind. I was
read
like,
the whole thing.
the whole thing.
The whole thing,
The whole
Dylan.
thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just like a
Yeah.
shit ton of people in there.
That shouldn't be possible. Should only fit one soul in the gem.
Touch it and see for yourself if you want to. It's very loud, be warned. You're going to be deaf for a second. I'll hold it out for you. You don't have to, but I'm just... Oh, never mind.
Just put a finger on the soul gem.
Are you doing anything magic?
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
happens.
Oh. I was casting a spell on it and it worked. You're not hearing them.
Well, I cast Mage Hand on it. Well, I used Mage Hand to grab it.
Maybe touch it with Mage Hand? No, that
I
didn't
did
work.
already.
I touched the gem again as well.
Are you casting magic, or are you just...
Okay, I'll do a detect magic ritual. I'll start that up.
You hear voices again, and they slowly become louder, and it
Shit.
screams at you.
Nope, bad. That hurts.
Maybe you're allergic.
What?
Exactly.
Alright, doesn't like magic.
Right. So what's the plan?
DM, would this fall into the realm of undead because it's a soul?
Ooh!
I would say no, because they're technically
Worth a shot.
not undead.
Worth a shot.
Can I do a medical check on Connor to see why he died?
Sure. Thank you for being the first person to say that.
I did say
He gave
that.
us
did
a
say
shiny
before.
crystal!
Do I have disadvantage on that because of me having a headache?
I'll say no.
Oh.
I'll say it'll take you longer.
Oh, that's not bad. Ooh, 21.
I'll say from all the signs and symptoms. You can see his skin, any puncture wounds, any bruises, anything, any blood on the lips. You don't see anything. Well, what seems to have happened is that he has just died of old age in his sleep.
Okay.
There's no sign of struggle. It seems to be pretty peaceful.
Doesn't seem like he's been murdered per se. There's no evidence of him being killed. He simply just died.
What if he did this himself, and we need to get this to his brother?
Well, there's no traces of poisoning or any other way of killing him.
Yeah, like he knew he was going to die, so he put this on him.
Oh. So wait, you said
Maybe.
that only one soul. Is it possible that Connor's soul's in the soul gem?
I mean, I guess it's possible, but should only be one. I'm going to take a moment to try and cast Identify on Connor, on the body.
Ooh.
See if there's any lingering magical hoodoo
Sure.
on him.
That takes what, 10 minutes or something?
11 minutes, yeah.
11 minutes. I'll say that after a while you don't notice anything magical that is on his body. He hasn't cast a spell. There's no magic that's cast on him. He just seems to be very natural.
While he's doing that, I'm going to fucking hurt my ears doing this. I'm going to do Identify on the crystal again. And I'm going to call out for Connor specifically. I'm going to try and, as all these voices, I'm going to see if I can pick out Connor, like call out to him. Be like, Connor, if you can hear me, say Hazel. Just keep saying Hazel.
As you kind of listen in, you hear the screams deafening you louder and louder, but the screams and the voices in the crystal don't seem to be changing or reacting to your voice.
They're the same every time.
They're the same. Oh, they're the same voices. They're talking about different things. You can't really make out what they are because it's too much. It's too overwhelming.
Okay.
The noise.
Yeah.
Is there a window open? Or a window in the room? Like,
There are two windows in the room.
did it look like someone tried to sneak in or break in?
One of the doors, all the windows are open, and no, it didn't seem that there are any markings or mud or anything that is at the corner near the window, or any markings where the window is. It seems to be just left for air.
Right.
Just slightly opened.
Cool.
Alright.
Because we just wait for
Yeah, the plan is we're waiting for his brother to come and revive him.
Yeah, I'll walk downstairs and try and get coffee for myself and you two.
I crawl
Thank
behind
you
you.
very
Just slide down the stairs.
Yeah. I am not
Down
getting
the stairs.
vertical. I am staying horizontal. I've been in this position before.
I'll say after a couple of hours, if you guys stay put, you would have had your breakfast served by another bar staff. Some of you have slowly recovered as you scull down many mugs of water. Eventually, you hear Reginald rushing in and ordering people to clear out a table, make everything presentable, and you see a well-dressed gentleman in kind of a purple robe and a white kind of sachet. And he has red hair, and he's not nearly as old as Connor. He's about 20. You can see from his age. He has very pointy ears, long and ornate, and he's got kind of like little gems bedazzled on them.
Das.
Wait, Connor was half
Connor's
elf,
like
wasn't he?
80 something.
He was a half elf.
Yeah.
Ah, and this one's full-blooded.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ah, yeah.
There we go.
Curiosity. How big is this guy?
He's about 6'2", I would say.
And fairly stocky? Wide?
Fairly thin.
Thin.
Yeah.
Right, so it doesn't look like the guy that we sort of almost encountered in Thunder Rock. The hooded cloak from way back when.
Oh, that was
No, that was
Tiberius.
Tiberius.
That was Tiberius?
Yeah,
he was
the
Tiberius.
red cloak.
Yeah.
That's Tiberius
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Okay, alright.
Trying to
Tiberius
be
was
incognito.
incognito. He was the shadow.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So he comes to you guys and goes, "Where is it?"
Bow very deeply and just kind of gesture up the stairs. He's this way.
Thank you, kindly. He goes up and he looks at the body for a bit, and then you see his hand going through his chest, and he goes, "Do you have his personal effects?"
His belongings are in this room here. And I kind of eye the others like, do we give them the crystal?
As far as I'm aware, I've still got it, and I probably would have left about the same time these guys did to go get coffee.
Oh, this is
Oh,
a
it's
couple
hours
hours
later.
Oh, hours later.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
hours later,
definitely
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
He goes,
So I would have the crystal on me.
Yes, all his personal effects are here.
And then I look to you.
Had he moved all his items from Thunder Rock? Would you know?
No, we travelled fairly light.
Right.
Is it something you're looking for? Maybe we've seen it.
He had a family heirloom, crystal.
Like
White.
a piece of jewellery or?
Yes, clear with white streaks on it. It is decorative purely, but it is of great sentimental value.
I look at the others again.
That doesn't quite sound right.
Which part?
The decorative part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is quite pretty. You would know if you've seen it.
Well, what's the other part of that? Mainly decorative.
Well,
What is the function of this thing?
We do
the
know crystals can be
functions-
quite powerful.
I suppose so, yes.
Also, shouldn't we talk about this after you've been able to,
Bring him back to life.
that's sort of...
No, this is bodies beyond.
He's only been dead a few hours, as far as we can tell.
Yes. How do I explain this? Our bodies, as elves, after the great siphoning, has not been the same, if you understand. We don't age the same anymore, and we certainly don't live as long. This body's beyond my help.
How old are you?
I am 128.
Damn.
Yes.
I mean, you
That's
don't look a
some
day over 20.
Good moisturizer,
Yeah.
my friend.
Yes, I do occasionally cream.
Obviously wanted the tough rug. Much more fancy than that establishment.
It's not for
It's
us.
the right top, the top rug.
He doesn't know the difference.
That's a different establishment.
Yeah.
He's still under the effects of the old.
The top rug is a whole different scenario.
Hey, you want to buy
The
a
tough
carpet?
rock caters to a different type of clientele.
That's where you go with your partner and then you share.
He has
Hello.
he wouldn't know
Oh,
the
darn.
difference.
That's national times.
Well, I suppose I have people wrap this up, and we should go.
So wait, like you wouldn't even want to bring him back for a moment, say goodbye or
No, I'm
just
good,
get his
thank you.
affairs?
I must get back to work.
Right.
Can I
Inside.
do an inside check on
Yeah.
him?
Sure.
You're going to
You
do
don't,
it as well?
I can-
you don't
I
want
can
to leave in
assist
a
you.
moment. Do you want us to leave you alone for a moment so you may say goodbye to your brother? I mean, you came all this way. Surely you came
There's
for...
much work
Well,
to be
I'm
done.
assisting you, so.
Surely you came
Yeah.
here, to say goodbye to your brother.
We
I
came-
came here to identify the body.
And
And
not
we-
perform a service
Yeah.
for a fellow member of the church and the mayor?
And your brother?
Yes, brother. His body is no longer sacred.
As a half-orc, can I insight if this is a racist thing? Like, he's only half-elf.
Sure. Your insight, Tal?
15.
15.
9.
No. You have no idea. Everything seems racist to you, as far as you know.
No, do you know what it is? Hazel who just fully, goes with the human side of herself, so she doesn't really, deal with the orc thing. She's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, he's an elf.
You notice he kind of is very detached, and he doesn't seem to fully believe in the word brother when he says it. Almost as if he's not his brother.
So, because he's a half-ar, you don't acknowledge him properly then?
That is not the reason. There are things beyond your comprehension. In high elf society, we do not. Let's just say when one dies, one dies.
Right.
There is no need for mourning
Well, we can certainly keep an eye out for this trinket, this family heirloom of yours. I'm sure we'll go back to Thunder Rock at some point soon. We can keep an eye out. If we find it, we'll certainly send it your way.
Do you have any more information about it so we can look for it?
Well, it should be worn at all times. He should have had it on his body, and if he didn't, he would have kept it somewhere very safe.
Why does he need to wear it?
Sorry?
Why does he need to wear it
Oh,
at all
it's... Well, it's superstitious, I suppose. It's...
What is
Protective.
this superstition and protection? I'm very curious of the culture around here.
Well, it should wade you from harm. Really.
He's got
Also-
a good insight.
Well, it
Mine's
didn't
-1.
really work if he was wearing it and someone took it from him.
I will say, we never saw him wearing it.
No.
Also, I have to respect the fiction here. I did say in a previous episode that Hazel's very bad at lying, so let me just say when she's like, oh no, we haven't seen it, it's more of a, we haven't
No,
seen
but I
any
rolled
sort of
really badly.
crystal.
I rolled a 2.
She's just like, yeah, we didn't see any crystal at all.
I'll give her half a hug and pretend like I'm still kind of drunk. while trying to cover
Yeah.
He
her.
was like, just nudging me to shut up. I
Oh,
was like, oh,
are you
definitely not.
are you just wobbling around like you were doing?
I'm just like
He's just,
giving
like,
her
bumping
a
into me
hug
and
like
nudging
we're
me.
best friends and
Just like, are you
looking a
alright?
little sick, which I really am. So
He throws some powder at you, and then you feel refreshing. Like, oh,
wow, that wow.
you're welcome.
What was that?
Maybe it'll be with you always.
Whoa, thanks.
Does
No.
the red service powder helps with oof?
Yes, if you use it properly. Here. Are you
Just me, baby.
also under the?
Yeah.
I should have known coming here at the lower rooms of the city.
We are new. We did not know.
Right.
You get a pistol. You get a pistol. You get a okay, maybe not.
Now, friends of Connor, say your goodbyes, and I'll have my men dispose of the body.
Are you doing a service, or should we take care of that?
No, there's no need. I shall go now. Goodbye.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yes.
Well, should we say something before they cut him off?
Yeah, I'm gonna like just kind of get my amulet out and just kind of pray over him, even though it's the different god. I'm just gonna pray over Connor.
He's half leaving already. He's halfway.
Oh, I don't care about that
Oh, okay.
douchebag anymore. I'm praying over Connor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before he leaves,
Connor
I'd
was a good
like
friend.
to pop a primal awareness. So if any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are within 1 mile, I will know.
Okay. There are nothing. Within
Within 1
Just-
mile.
Sure. There are multiple like street dogs and stuff.
Where in the forest there will be 6.
Yeah, right.
But no,
Yes.
just
So the cardinal leaves us promptly as he arrived.
So why did Connor come all this way to see his brother if his brother does not give a shit about him?
I don't know. Connor seemed to be a lot kinder than his brother, perhaps. Or he knew his time was ending and he decided to. He did
Well,
tell me he thought this would be his last trip.
Maybe it's some sort of elvish ritual. I mean, I didn't grow up around him, so I don't know.
Do not
But maybe it's a church thing. I don't. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a few things about this that are confusing me. For example, Connor had already organized with the town who was going to be the next mayor before he left. The circumstances around this unknown necklace of which we know nothing about, and the fact that he knew of his age and timing, and was coming back and was clearly prepared last night when he went to sleep. So this alludes to a greater plot, but not menacing, if you ask me. I still don't know if we should have not given that
Yeah,
necklace, or
Seems very sus.
What did he-
very sus, but also not our
Yeah.
business. We didn't even ask if there was a reward for the necklace. What is wrong with us?
Hey,
We are
it's
losing
not
our
too late.
edge.
It was
Carl,
like, we came
what
back
is happening
from...
to us? Are we becoming good, nice?
I mean, I
I've
hope
always
so.
been nice, mate. About good. It's a bit ambiguous, but always nice.
Does anyone remember what Connor ate last night?
The same thing we all
Steak.
ate.
But does it seem like it was like a last supper kind of thing?
He was happy to have food, but he hadn't eaten much in the day.
He scoffed down a steak and some cauliflower.
So not really a last supper kind of thing.
No, but he definitely said to me before we left Thunder Rock that this would probably be his last trip, and I think he said about coming to see his brother. Kind of the vibe was like, I'm old as fuck and I need to go and see him, and...
Maybe his brother is the bad guy.
Well, he seemed more like a douchebag than anything.
He's not quite Fembros level.
Yeah, he's not a dick, but he's a douchebag. On the scale.
Is there levels?
Yeah, there's a scale.
I've been
Yeah.
out of the game too long.
Everyone's on the,
It's
everyone's on the
douchebag.
scale.
There's a sliding scale of douchebaggery.
And right now, Fembros is the top of the list.
Oh yes, he is the peak of dickness. Yes.
The
Wow.
tip dick.
I've been a little bit away from society for a while, and this is what happens. Cool.
So, what do
Alright,
you guys
sure.
decide to do? As you guys wait around, you hear steps of a city guard come in. They wrap up the body of Connor and they take him towards the direction outside of the city.
Wait, are you going to burn him or?
Well, there is a burial ground for unmarked graves.
No,
Several-
but
Unmarked?
Beale, you
Unmarked,
burn your
yes.
bodies, don't you? You're going to burn him first, right?
We know. He may have been a man of Beale, but he is also an elf. We don't bury them with marked graves. Those are the instructions.
Not even
From
if he's a
who?
mayor.
Whose instructions?
Well, from the magistrate. Any elf that is found dead are buried in a marked grave.
Who's the magistrate?
Oh, the magistrate is,
Is
well,
that-
the
that's the
king's
peacock?
men.
That's the
king's
peacock guy,
advisors.
isn't it? Is that the peacock guy? No,
That's
it's
the
the scribe.
viceroy.
That's viceroy, yeah. So he'll be part of the magistrate. So
Magistrate's like a council.
yeah, it's just a group of men that work for the king. There's also the taxation office.
That's the real bad guys.
Always.
That is not cool.
So any elf who dies within the city, anywhere in the city, just gets buried outside the city,
In a marked grave.
even if it was the cardinal.
Even if it's cardinal.
Do you have any idea why?
Those are the rules. We don't make up the rules.
And
We
this,
just work here.
and this is public common knowledge.
It sure is. Well, if you happen to know an elf who died. Doesn't happen often.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point.
And so it's the same for drow, high elves, wood elves, every elf.
Oh, not really. We burn all the drows if they die.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Did this guy want to be buried, or did he want to get?
Well, no, people of Beale get burned. Alright, I'm going to say just an extra prayer as they're taking him out and just, you know, I don't pray to Beale because he's not my god, but I'm just going to do a little prayer to Beale and be like, please take care of this man who served you, you know, even if you're dead.
And they probably leave on a stretcher carrying his body out into the city. You hear the wagon leave, and that is the last that you've seen of Connor.
Well, there goes that theory of how to get into the
Yeah,
room.
we had a perfectly legal above board way of getting in
How
to the library or the upper section, and now we have nothing. Not a single way of getting in.
Yeah,
No.
if only we
So,
had another option.
Yeah, there is another option.
Yeah.
While you clowns were passed out last night,
It was the shortcut to
Practicing
today.
Hey,
Shortcut to today.
poisoned.
Long resting.
I can hold my drinks.
Well,
Well,
no you can't.
That was poison. That wasn't.
Sap is not a drink.
like another one.
Fenthwick and I had a conversation with a esteemed gentleman that may be able to help us get into the city if we do a little job for him.
What sort of job? And why didn't you mention this last night when I was dragging these three upstairs?
Well, because you're busy dragging these clowns upstairs.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Sorry about your head, by the way. I bumped it a few times
Yeah,
on the
it's
stairs.
It's okay, you stretched my back a bit.
Did you change my underwear?
No, that was me. Sorry, it was a very long night.
So if we go to a settlement outside of the city and acquire a small trinket and bring it back for him, he will get us into the inner circle.
Do you know what this trinket is? Wouldn't
Well,
happen
he
to be
hasn't, he hasn't given me all the information until we agreed to do the job.
I'm not an expert on these things, but this feels illegal.
Is there another way?
Speaking of work, we still haven't gone and told the Champions Guild that we have done the job, and our star witness who says that we...
Wait,
That's our job, remember? That is why we are
Yeah, I
together.
think
We
we
are
should.
we're
members of
supposed
the...
to get paid.
Exactly!
We need to go check in with the Champions Guild.
Let's
So-
go get paid first, and then we can go get ourselves thrown in jail again. Again,
No,
in jail.
we're not going to.
Period.
Don't go to
We're,
jail.
we're, not, we're just going to go to the Champions Guild, get paid, and then we can look at this.
Have
That's
you
what I mean.
forgotten that the Champions Guild were involved with the cult?
We're not going to say anything. We're just going to walk in and say the job is done. We're back alive. Can we get paid and leave?
We also
Well-
don't know how high up this goes with the Champions Guild, though.
Well-
And we're employed.
I spent a lot of time in my life hiding, and sometimes it's better to do it in plain sight, pretend like you're just playing along.
Exactly. We have to go about our normal day to day. If they find out we've been in town for like a week or something, and we didn't go there first, or at least on the second day, then that's going to be significantly more suspicious. Do
We
you not think?
do also still have that signed document that I wrote out for Tiberius to
Signed
Haley.
by Tiberius,
Yes.
mind you. So we'd be like, boom, we did it. Tiberius was there as well, and he saw that we did it. And they'll be like, thank you, here's your pay, and we leave.
I'm mildly afraid that he's going. He did think that it was an imposter, not the actual head scribe. But I'm slightly worried he's going to be like, oh yes, they killed him, and it was glorious. And then they'll be like, those fuckers killed him.
Which is why we should have gone yesterday and done it first. But
you
hey,
were passed out.
Poisoned.
Indisposed by accident.
Anyway, Fenthwick and I
Mm.
may have roads in.
Oh.
If you're not, this is why I wanted to discuss it with you. I didn't want to go agreeing and it's all getting involved. I'm more than happy to go and do it.
Work is work. This is fine by me.
And,
Well, it seems more like my alley. I'll join you
I
for
get
it.
where you're
we've done a
coming
lot
from.
of illegal things all bit.
No, I haven't.
That's true. I'm kind of cautious about becoming a criminal because that's sort of principally against everything I've ever been raised to do.
You're
So-
there for legal counseling in case we do step over the limits and over the
Consider
line.
consider my conscience.
Well, actually, yeah, that's
I
a fair
will
point.
take everything on advice. I'll probably do what I want anyway, but you've had your say, it clears your conscience.
How much worse do you think we would be if you were not here?
You'd all be passed out at a table still. Alright. Can we at least get the information, find out a bit more about it, and then decide?
After saying yes to the job,
Well-
you wish to then
Well,
make a second decision.
Or do we have to?
Apparently, young Reginald downstairs has information. If I say we're going to do it,
We have
he'll
to
give
do
us
it.
the information, and then we have to do it. If we say we're not going to do it, he's not going to tell us anything about it. So,
Speaking of which, Fenthwick actually hasn't been at the table for about 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh no!
Looking around, is Lord Renair or the Orc anywhere nearby?
No, they've been gone quite a while now.
Right, then
I left
I'll.
last night.
I kind of feel like that might be the case. In that case, I'll go to Reginald and tell him that I accepted the deal. What's the information?
I've not read it. It's in this letter. Please
Thank
take
you.
it. Now, if you excuse me, I will retire before my night's shift. He takes 2 shots off and brings a third one, and he wobbles upstairs. And,
Jesus Christ!
Whoa!
Do we just hear him
Damn!
bonk down at the top of the stairs and just slide down?
There must
Does
be
he
a
make
balcony.
it to his room?
he's like taking out a
And
book
walk
and he goes into his
upstairs.
room. And he's like sipping the third one.
I'm going to guess you build a tolerance to that.
And he's up. You stepped half.
He's a halfling. He's like,
Oh, that's sad. You suck.
you must have got a bad batch.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh,
We got a
oh.
bad batch.
Could not agree more. Could not
Punch up
agree
at the
more.
bar and ask the
Yeah,
bartender.
mine was definitely good.
Do you serve coffee?
yes, we do.
Make mine a double, please.
A double, yes, of course, right away.
And as soon as the bartender takes off, I'll have a look and I'll read these instructions.
So there's a sketching of the amulet, which kind of looks like a fishnet, and it basically says that it is held in the town hall
Mhm.
of Atiri, the fishing village,
Mhm.
which is right kind of 30 minutes outside of the city.
Mhm.
You know that they are simple town folk, and by the description of the amulet, you would say that it is something that they symbolically hold rituals to. But there's no other descriptors, are there?
So it's sort of used as a religious focus.
Yeah. Well, they didn't say religious, it just said kind of, not to Beal anyway, it's just kind of ritualistic. The religion is not mentioned.
Okay.
Kind of like spiritualistic.
So you're sitting at the bar, yeah? Are we sitting at a table down in the bar room?
You are sitting at a bench, yeah,
Right.
I would say. Did you guys come down from Con?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh,
We had to
actually,
come and say
Yeah, we
I
kinda
assume we were going to
We
go
kind of
down.
got pushed out.
Yeah, I'm
by the
guessing.
guards
that's-
anyway.
I doubt we stayed in the room that the dead man was in.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
But
fun.
he did say that he'd been gone for a few minutes. I feel like there's at least a few minutes we don't notice that Fendrick's gone.
Yeah.
He's so small, we don't notice anyway.
Probably just something like I'm going to get a coffee, and then diverted.
I've just 20 on a perception check to see if I noticed Fenthwick sitting at the bar reading.
Yeah, you do notice him kind of at the table where they serve food, and he's kind of just on a high stool reading a piece of paper that you see from afar.
Always got his nose in a book or something, or a scroll, that boy.
Yeah, he's had a tough time.
As the bartender brings the coffee back, I'll fold the paper back up before they get there. Thank you. And walk back to the table.
Oh yeah, of course. And he you see this like preteen boy just kind of walk back into the kitchen.
If only there was a like something that we could do, which would be a direct shortcut to find out exactly what's going on with things.
Well, I think the library's still going to be our best bet to find out information about.
That's where I'm
Well-
trying to get.
We
The
should go to
library.
the.
Let's try legitimate means. That
Well, that's
my
what-
my vote is to go see if we can get into the guards and see Tiberius to get us inside.
Well, that would be first going to the Champions Guild. I say Champions Guild first,
If that doesn't work out, we come back
and
to
then we see
the-
what happens from there. Because
Yeah.
to come back here, say yes to the thing, and then go.
And this makes me feel really dirty saying this, but if we want to do it legally,
That's a good word. I'm proud of you.
I'm going to have to take another bath, I
Legitimately.
think.
Don't worry, with this group it won't be very legal.
It'd be
There is a
some-
way that we could do it, but it will require a little bit of capital.
So we go get paid.
If we become registered merchants,
Ooh.
we will be able to get passes to get into
How do you become a registered merchant?
That wouldn't
go
get
to
us into the
merchants
library,
guild
though.
and register, but we've got to pay a fee, and we've got to have something to sell.
Do
Well,
we sell services?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Well,
Because then I can be a doctor and you can be my nurses.
We can open up a new bar called the Tough Rug.
do that competition. I like it.
The tough luck.
Yeah, but we
well,
sell
no, when
beautiful
I say
carpets.
when I say merchants, we've got to be selling stuff, not entertainment establishment. It's got to be like
Tangible goods.
tangible
Yeah.
goods like
Well,
food, drink.
Yeah, blood.
Medical services.
Yeah, blood resistant carpets, Tough Rugs.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, that would blood resistant would
Do
be
you know how to
popular.
make a blood resistant carpet?
Make it
That's how we
red.
have to go to the library. and
Make
it's
it red. Red carpets.
It blends
Is
in
that anything
everything.
like wearing brown pants?
Exactly, my friend.
Or shit shoes.
Yes, all my blue shoes.
But if it is a service, like
I mean-
we could probably just be merchants, mercenaries.
So you mentioned getting into said library through doing this job. That comes with an exit strategy as well. Someone waiting, making sure nothing bad happens. Full service.
No, that exit strategy we have to come up with.
Do we know
So
what happens
we
if you
get
get caught
in-
in the library illegally?
I'm just assuming dead. That's
Yeah.
just my general assumption of this country. The second you do something wrong, you
Nobody
just-
has ever
yeah.
been caught entering the library. They don't want.
That's
I
a good
assume that
statistic.
the security in the university is not tight. They don't really care.
That's fine.
It's
then.
more about the
That's the way
security
we are,
getting
mate.
into
I've-
the.
I've
Inner
gone in and
rooms
out of the
and-
library once before. It's no way.
But
Yeah,
if we're
what
caught
was
in
the
the
name of
inner
that?
rim
Small village.
sort of thing, that's kind of
Oh,
like where
Achiri.
expensive
Achiri,
people
yeah.
live. Where expensive people live, they
You
get
guys
pissed
passed
off when
it,
not expensive
driving
people in
into
there.
it.
So we get the merchant thing, we get into the library, and then if we get out of the library, and if we're caught out in the general public area, we have reason to be in that general
That's
public
right,
area.
mate, yeah.
So that's our fallback for
I mean,
exit.
also Fenwick and I have been to the university and the library before. That's where we met, so we would know a little
I
bit
know,
of the
well,
layout.
Yeah, Fenwick.
I've
Thoughts?
seen you there before.
I was just thinking, I might actually have a friend in a small settlement outside of town that we could possibly talk to.
Ooh, who's your friend? What could they help us with?
Can I do an insight check?
Wait, do you have any reason to be suspicious though?
I don't.
Do you have a reason to be suspicious? Is the question. Is it your passive insight instead?
Yeah, probably passive insight,
Then you'd have to
Hey.
roll deception.
which is a 10.
I'm not saying don't roll. I'm just
No,
saying,
no,
do you
no,
have a reason
no.
to be suspicious?
Well, just because of, I guess, the conversation that we had last night,
Mm.
and it seems to be he's been so focused about getting into the city, now he's talking about going away from the city.
That is very suspicious, to be fair.
Also, you can roll for it.
Roll for it.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Are you trying to?
Do you have a friend in
Do
the
you have a-
settlement?
Well, you
Yeah,
are, you
are
are
you trying
deceiving
to
us.
Deceive?
8.
As far as you know, I'm telling the truth.
Shoot.
All
I
right.
have a friend, Yurdos. We
Yours.
spoke at length about the university. He might have a way to get us into the city.
Is he like a scholar or something?
Something like that.
Oh, okay. I think that's a great. How far away is it? Is it close?
Oh, it's about half an hour to town.
Oh, wonderful. Let's.
Let's use one of the carts.
Alright, so
Yeah.
we've got a few things on the boil. We want to go and collect our pay from the Champions Guild.
That's on the way out, to be perfectly fair.
Also get a feel of what's happening at the Champions Guild since the head scribe maybe just died. You know.
That we killed.
Yes.
No, I
well,
didn't.
that he killed.
I didn't. Only the second time. On the line.
What did happen in that while we were not there? I feel like-
Nothing.
Okay.
Just a general conversation between
Do you want to bring
two
up what happened
gentlemen.
to Fenwick again? I think he's been through enough.
Oh no, he just said that he killed the magistrate a second time.
Excuse me, what?
It's alright, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, yes.
There's a lot of
It's not
talking about
important.
things later happening lately.
Talk about when we get home.
Don't maybe turn the car around.
I want Mac now!
Okay, let's go to Champions Guild, get our pay, figure out what's happening.
So, and we've got to discuss if we want to do this job for.
Well, is there a time limit on accepting? Can we go and talk to his friend first?
It's only half an hour away, we can go there
Yeah.
first.
We'll go back
We'll
to
start
there.
with Champions Guild, because I really want to gauge that. But I think not all of us walking in at once.
Yes. Well,
Well,
we
no,
have a
we
job
did
together.
go together, so
Yeah,
it-
we're a team.
That's fine.
I'm just worried about spears behind us, that's all.
Well, if that's the case, we'll be together at least.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. That's, I can't
I can
argue
see
with
them
this
stop
logic.
this mean
Also-
machine.
We can't accept the job anyway because I think Reginald's gone to bed and I wouldn't want to wake him up.
If you could wake him up. Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
trust me.
So I
We
think
had
we have
free,
to wait
mate.
till he...
I was that cold. Cold.
We'll have to come back later to get that job anyway. So let's go.
We have time. We have at least 12 hours then? 24 if he had 3.
He might be a bit more tolerant than you three. You know, he might be a bit better at handling his alcohol.
That's not possible.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
don't
it.
believe it.
No, not at all. Not for a moment.
I mean, what's the term? Is it
He's probably
lightweight?
dead now.
Yes, Cadbury.
Yes, he's very small man.
Yes,
he's
he is
very
a
small
big
man.
graduation.
Yes.
Right.
Not us big burly men.
Yes.
No, definitely not.
So we're going to go to the
Champions Guild.
To the guild.
get our pay,
Yes.
and then
And
we're going to go
then,
to this village that Fenwick knows a
yes.
friend that might be able to get us into the university
Yes.
Yes.
legally.
So you guys start heading out.
Yes.
You notice that the Champions Guild is not really in the way of exiting the town. It's kind of passing the main road and then going further left of the town. You pass through what seems to be purely residential places. There are some more run-down establishments, but on the right bordering the right side of the wall, you see Merchants Guild storerooms that are heavily guarded. You see the City Guards Barracks, which is about 3 houses long. About 5 or 6 stories, one of the taller buildings that you've seen in the city, and at the very far end, sitting on the wall behind, just in front of the wall of the city, you see the Champions Guild. Has a massive courtyard that's kind of run down. You see kind of the statues that have been blackened and browned by just mud and rain and weather. You see a 3-story building which is kind of filled with what are they called?
Gargoyles?
Gargoyles, that's it.
Mm.
Gargoyles. I can't say that word. Gargoyles. And it all seems to be covered in vines. It seems to be strangely run down for the Champions Guild, but you know it's the
Home
lower
sweet
rim.
home.
Yeah. This is where everyone trains. You see in the courtyard there are people training parrying with their swords. You notice one of the masters there that are training them that also have trained you. Her name is Rabbit. Rabbit. She's kind of dressed in just like almost like a ghillie suit. It's just vines, and she's all covered in green. She's a human huntress. She teaches kind of close quarter combat, archery, and tracking.
I'd like to take full note of that suit because I'm gonna get me one.
It's just kind of like vines that are like coming out of her somehow.
Interesting.
As we approach, Fenwick will whistle and Shimmer will reappear, and he'll put Shimmer on his shoulder facing backwards and scritch while she's watching behind us. That'll be the first time you've seen Shimmer for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Do we need another set of eyes around us just in case?
I don't know.
I'm going to learn from my mistake and have my shield just kind of on my arm ready to go.
You guys pass through the students who are practicing, and they kind of pause their exercise for you as you walk past and resume as soon as you have passed. As you enter the kind of the small steps that leads to the giant lobby.
With the
That
people
is the
parrying, are they like counting it like strike 1, 2, 3?
They kind of like calculated steps, like in almost like if you were learning karate or
Oh
something.
yeah.
They were calculated, steps that I had to remember.
Does anybody look really confident?
No, all of them are like scrawny kids who are just trying to make it.
The tallest one
runs.
there, I want to cast Thaumaturgy and just have whispers over his shoulder just to mess him up. While walking, there's no eye contact.
He kind of, as he's about to parry, he hears something, he turns around, and the guy who's memorizing the strikes hits him by accident and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Thomas." It's like, what's your name?
I feel we need to unwrap this.
I think he's hinting at something.
How is your relationship with me?
Actually, Brad, you look like a psychologist right now. Can you analyze this for us?
Yes, well, it's a deep-seated back to his youth about his father.
He will grow stronger for this, I'm sure. He will learn to not pay attention to things around him.
I didn't.
And I kind of do the like,
Yeah. And so, how do you feel about that?
It's a lot to unpack right now. It's like his massive pegs just want to. Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
And I paid money for this?
like
How much is this
Anyways,
now?
that's enough. That's our time. I'll see you again next week.
Oh, here's your 2,500.
So you guys walk into the front desk and you see a dragonborn who is writing in a ledger.
I present our letter that we received from the head scribe telling us our job. It's like, oh, we're here returning from this job successfully. And here's a written account of what happened. Hi, by the way. What's your name? Pleasure to meet you.
Go on, say it back.
is that with an S or a C?
Yeah, how do you spell that?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Job well done.
Yes, thank
I
you.
give you a reward now.
Thank
He goes
you.
down the table, he brings out 2 watermelons. There you go.
No, we need the actual pay. What was your
What?
name, sorry?
I am John John.
So it's not... It's John John. Okay, John John.
John.
He comes very
John.
skittish and he stares at all 6 of you at once.
John John, how long have you been here for?
Eyes are moving in different directions.
Do we know who the real clerk is meant to be?
Yeah. Is this,
You actually,
is this normal person that we see?
you know him for a long time now,
Okay.
from the Heroes Guild. You know he's always been a little weird.
Right.
Little!
he seems to go weirder by the year that you know him.
Money.
Yes, John John, pay.
Pay. Reward.
Yes.
Gold!
Money.
Reward.
Yes.
He goes down, he gives you a very ornate book.
I mean, I'll take this as well, but money.
That immediately perks up Fenthwick's interest.
Oh, open it? Yes, we'll look at it together.
And someone say book.
You open it and it's just all nude drawings of himself.
Oh no! Fenwick. Fenwick.
Hey, this is the first positive thing I've seen you
So-
look at all day.
Actually, that's true.
Out
I
of
don't want to
curiosity,
be too young.
is
Don't forget.
Dragonborns a little bit like salamanders where the tail fall off sometimes when you scare them? Is that what we're
Oh,
seeing
no.
in this book here? No? Okay, just checking.
John John, thank you
Yes.
for sharing your artwork with us. Money. I have to use small words with this one, don't I?
It's like,
Take out your
it's like
hammer.
a Tiberius all over again.
I'm gonna
Yes.
go outside and get rabbit.
He does that, and then you get like smoke coming out, and you don't see, and you're all blinded for a split second. And then you open your eyes, and John John's gone.
I'm
I'll just make
halfway
sure
out
that
the door.
Daz is here.
Yeah.
Daz is still there.
Quick question.
Yeah.
And prestidigitation allows for something to be soiled or unsoiled. Would you consider ink to be soiling paper?
Depends how long it's been on there. I'll say you can or cannot do it, but you can definitely.
I'll try and cast prestidigitation to erase the artwork from the book.
Okay, you can erase the artwork from the book.
Yeah.
It's purely blank now.
Excellent.
Oh, but he worked so hard on those.
I did.
Yeah.
He's above you on the roof.
Right.
I'm outside.
Oh no, the book is useful.
That's true.
Rabbit! Someone let John John behind the counter again.
Yes.
Did you increase his duties?
Cease. Take a 5-minute break. John, what do you want with him?
Preferably nothing. But he's behind the counter again. We're here to claim the reward for the task we were sent on.
Well, since the shift of staffing, he is now the head scribe for this branch.
That's
the
great. That's great.
Champions Guild.
Can you come in and he's away from the counter now? Last I checked.
What do you need him to do? What do you need?
Nothing.
What do you
Nothing.
need?
Absolutely nothing. We'd like the reward for our task so we can leave.
He's the head scribe. He has to give you the rewards. He's the only person that can give you the reward.
If we cut off his head, who would be giving me the reward afterwards?
You'll be in prison. He is the head scribe.
Honestly, could be worth it.
Look, just be patient with him. It should be fine.
Is
You know
there
how he
another
is.
head scribe of another branch that could give us?
Well, you got
Reward.
your job from this branch, I presume, because
Yes.
you are heroes and not champions. So you will have to be here. You'll have to just talk to John. John, look, he's better after a meal. Just wait till after lunch. He should be.
So we've
Clear.
got any snacks we can feed?
And I walk back inside and yell at everyone. Somebody jam a piece of food or the watermelon down his throat. Apparently he listens better on a full stomach.
Well, you
Wait.
could give us 2 watermelons.
So hang on, the head scribe that we got, the one we killed, that was the head scribe of our.
The whole thing.
Yeah. We didn't get the. Who was the previous head scribe for this one?
For this one, you
What was his
know,
name?
You know him as
Go on.
Or her name? I don't
Go on.
Or their name.
Enya.
Ooh, Enya.
Enya von Wick.
Enya von Wick was our previous scribe,
Yeah.
now it's John John.
You know
Now
him
it's
as
John Wick.
you know her as the teacher of tactics, battle tactics.
John
Okay.
Von Wick.
Do you hypothetically know how much we would get paid for a job like the one we just came back from here?
You're still with John, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still with John John.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
I'm holding up a watermelon. John John, if I give you this, will you give us our money? Can I, actually, John John, can I go behind the desk? For a moment. Please. Thank you. I go behind the desk and I look at the ledgers and try and figure
He
out
drops down and he's right behind you, breathing your neck.
That's fine. I'm just gonna look for the ledgers and records and see when we were set out on the job, what our reward was going
Well-
to be.
While she's doing that, I'm going to create some shiny, flashy objects with prestidigitation off on the other side of the room to try and distract him.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be like, come on, Daz. You
You know what to do, Dad.
Daz,
See
you're
you
right.
dying.
You got this, Daz, and just put Daz down.
See what he might bite Daz if he catches him.
Daz is pretty good.
He ignores the chicken and the shinies and he grabs a watermelon and smashes his head into it and he starts eating from inside.
I hate this person.
I love him.
Oh my
I
heart.
love him. John
From a
John.
scale from 1 to 10, how much do we want to drop this guy?
No, John
He's
John.
almost at Fembros level.
I will stab you if you kill John John. I love him.
He'll just be out for 12 hours.
It says there was no reward for this except you get to stay in the guild.
That's right. This was for our jobs.
Yeah.
We literally were going to get the watermelons. We're out of here. John, do we have another job for us? On paper.
He goes to the notice board, he rips it off the wall and gives it to you.
Perfect. I take the notice board.
John as head scribe, do you know how to write?
I'm like, John
He
John.
gives you a book.
While
Are
he's
there more
just-
nudes inside?
Are there more notes
From
inside?
you can tell, what languages can you read? Do you know?
I can't
You
read.
can't read.
Right. You don't know what it says, but there's a bunch of words.
Big
But
old
no
fancy
notes.
words.
No nudes.
Damn.
Can I look over his shoulder?
I'll
and-
Yeah.
give it to you guys.
Yep. Common, Elvish, or Undercommon. What
I'm
these
looking as
guys?
well. I speak
it's-
Celestial, Common, Deep Speech, Dwarvish, and Orcish, and Elvish.
It's in Draconic.
Damn.
Shit, that's the one I don't speak. Do you speak Draconic?
You do? Okay.
Hand it to you.
Thank
From
you.
what you can tell,
As I
it
pocket the
is
first one.
it is erotica between a quiet librarian and a quite plum juicy tomato.
What?
It's erotica between a librarian and a juicy tomato.
Like a man librarian?
It's basically him. He's described
Yeah.
him as a librarian.
Do you mind if I borrow this to study? Thank you.
He nods.
What's on the notice board? What's on the notice board?
There's a bunch of jobs. There's a job from the Merchants Guild about a factory that's exploded, a textile plant. There are a few jobs about raiders far in the mountains, quite near where you're from, in the farms. And there is several jobs about infestations of certain animals. And there's one last one from the city's guard, actually. About a gang run wild. They're robbing and harassing visitors. They're called the Amriff Gang.
I think we already met those guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they have a clandestine feel about them?
From what you know, they're just regular people. You've heard of the gang. They're a rather disorganized group of people. They just randomly harass people and take their money.
Okay, well,
That sounds like a good
I'm sitting behind the
start.
desk just doing paperwork to like confirm we've completed the job. We're still in the guild. Like I'm getting everyone to sign their papers, and I'm like filing all for John. I'm just like, it's all
Wow.
done.
I will stamp it. I will stamp it.
Maybe it's a good time to steal some money.
He smashes his head in
No
the
one's
ink
gonna
and smashes it on the
believe
paper. Done!
Thank you, John.
Oh,
Try it out.
this is a waste of bloody
File
time.
it.
I'm so with you. I hate this man.
Yeah, this is a waste of bloody time. I'm just going to walk straight out and be like, Fentwick was seeing your friend.
Yeah,
I agree.
agreed.
We're out of here.
At least we got some bedtime stories for guys.
Yeah.
Is there any jelly suits
We're also still in
or
the
like
guild.
that one around?
We haven't been fired. That's literally all I was worried about.
You
I have
know,
things I need to do in this guild.
you know she teaches how to make them.
Okay.
And there's a classroom that might have something
Wait.
there.
Quick thought as we're kind of walking out. John, this is illegal. I don't like to suggest this, but we could potentially forge some documents to get us into.
I am so proud of you!
I think we should go see your friend, but if that doesn't work.
They grow up.
She's grown
They
up!
grow up so fast.
Well, actually,
Beautiful.
it's-
It brings a tear to my eye.
it wouldn't
Straight
even
from
be. You don't need to
swearing
swearing. We can
to
just convince
forgery.
John.
Yes, I like that better. Perhaps we could do that.
You're a ruiner, mate. Come on.
Except for one problem. I
I'm
don't speak
ashamed.
idiot.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm
Well, no,
definitely
you were doing
sure.
a pretty good job of it this morning.
I can't argue with this at all.
Like I like the idea of going and seeing Fenwick's friend because I think that's a good way to get in.
Significantly more reliable is a complete stranger compared to John.
But, yeah.
Who is
yes.
head scribe of a rabbit? How has Rabbit not wrung his neck out already?
Oh, she probably will. But that's another option is we could always come back and maybe talk to John and convince him to give us some passes.
Maybe we just steal the book for now to get passes jotted up soon.
We
What do you
really
mean?
just need a seal.
Oh.
We just need the stamp.
That's his
Yeah.
forehead.
I don't know if that's the when he did the stamp with his forehead. Were there any actual like official stamps on the desk that I saw that would have also?
Oh, there are official stamps.
Yeah, I think I would have, like
Still
as a
stamp.
paperwork, I would have been just stamping stuff as well.
Fucking stamp.
Steal the stamp.
But he stamped over it with his head.
Does that mean I need to redo the paperwork?
No, I mean it's all there.
As far as you know, nobody really checks it.
I want to just make sure we're still. We could go back and steal the stamps. I don't want to say that. That's bad.
Yoink.
Terry, forgive me.
That is.
Yeah.
Who do you think is more
Well,
qualified?
still
You
hand.
or John?
Sleight hand. Sleight
Tough
of hand.
hand, slow.
She went straight from lying.
18.
No, straight,
18.
straight from swearing
without John
to
noticing or
forgery
anyone
to
in-
stealing.
Even your party,
Yeah.
you steal.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I don't think we should steal anything. I think we should just try and I don't know. Perhaps we should just try the good way first, and then because
Alright.
there's children's lives on the line.
Let's go talk to Fenwick's friend and see what
Yeah.
he says.
Do you mind if I just go check something real quick in the building
Are you going
next
to go
door?
steal from John?
No, I'm not going to steal from John. But I am going to steal one of those jellies.
I'll say you go to the classroom, and it doesn't take much to steal it. It's out there in the open.
Steal this giant bag of leaves ruffling over your suit.
No.
No one will notice.
We're in the city. I'm just going to wear it.
You're in a kind of you walk past a classroom with like glass jars of different types of dirt and like animal feces.
Jesus.
They're teaching you how to track and survive and things like that. In the corner, they're all, like hooked up on hooks, just ghillie suits and different kind of suits with different camouflages of different areas
Oh,
and
God.
different
This
terrain.
is heaven.
The Invisible Man.
I'll take a green one, please.
So you take the one that's for dense forest.
Yes.
So you guys head off. Do you guys head off, or do you guys?
Yeah, we're gonna head off.
Yeah,
I'm coming,
right.
please, guys.
Nice bush.
Thanks. I tried shaving it, but it just keeps growing back.
And as you guys leave, John goes, "Come back later.
Probably
Thank you
not,
for your
but-
patronage."
Okay, John.
Thank you,
Bye,
John
John.
John.
Thanks, John. Keep it real, brother.
Also, John, you're dripping watermelon juice just all over the desk.
Yeah,
that's actually
There's
drool.
papers.
Yeah.
There's papers that are important.
Oh yes, yes.
No, don't eat the papers, John. John, spit it out. Don't eat the don't spit it out.
And he leaves. He runs away up the stairs.
God's sake.
I have a crossbow in my hand, just going.
Honestly, you have to try and love everyone and appreciate everyone's quirks.
I disagree.
No.
John
No.
just is so challenging sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's okay, breathe.
You've known him kind of your whole time at the guild, and he's taught kind of defense the whole time. And when he's teaching, he's actually pretty okay. But all through the years, he's been.
They really shouldn't have him at a desk job. He should be out, moving. He seems to appreciate moving.
You know that he's the oldest employee. So that's probably why he's the head scribe.
How long do Dragonborns usually live, just for future reference?
I think they normally live.
It's like 100 and a bit.
Human years.
So long to go.
Let's go get the carts. I'm not walking half an hour.
Well, did we just left the carts, didn't we?
We parked them at the place where they were supposed
Okay,
to be
do you have
parked.
keys to get do we know that they're going to still be there?
Well, we never gave anyone the keys. So
Yeah.
we still have the keys, I would assume.
Are there keys?
There were never keys.
No, it's a crystal.
Yeah.
Stop putting things in his brain. We're grabbing the carts and we're going. Because it's quicker.
I would just say that we have to end this episode right now. But I'll say that once you arrive at where the carts were parked, they are gone.
Time to steal another one.
Why would you say things?
I'll say you left your car in a bad
I didn't say
neighborhood.
anything, I just said we had the keys.
I-
we come back
I'm
and
honest.
there's bricks.
Oh, the wheels, the wagon wheels.
I had so high hopes for you. It was like
It's up on
it was
bricks.
like literally just a roller coaster of yes and
Back
no.
on the legal side, the good side, I'm a cleric of
I mean,
terror.
we could have gone to the local merchants and sold
Is
that
that
thing
terror
for
with
a
an A
fortune.
or terror with an O-R?
That's going to be
That's when I turn evil.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us this episode. Join us again to see what happens with the group, where you guys go, how you decide to enter the city.
Join us to see more John John.
Yeah,
No,
to
we're
see
gonna
more
go.
John John.
More John!
John John is amazing. You guys can recruit him into your group if you want.
Can we have a John John?
Don't we have enough brainless creatures?
Why do we always end up with idiots?
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that.
Join us next Sunday for Shift Initiative episode
100.
12.
It'd be 11, wouldn't it? No, sorry. 13.
No, 12.
Yeah,
Next week.
think-
drink your alcohol, Brad.
12.
Well, it's
An
10.
episode.
This will be 12th now.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. This is
Um,
11.
Hopefully we actually
can't count.
will get you
Didn't we do
again.
10?
We
Yes.
haven't done any games.
Hopefully
in
we'll
2
learn math
episodes.
between now and then.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody dies between now and then.
Don't put that out into the
Sorry.
universe.
Feel so
See you guys next Sunday.
Bye-bye!
Bye.
So long!